Hello, anatomy and physiology students. Today we're going to have your daily work be a refresher of what you're going to be doing today in class. So the first thing you do is you got to remember to answer the question that's on the daily work. The second thing you need to do is listen to the next 2 minutes of me rambling, because I knew you'd miss me, Ramiro, and I wanted to make sure that I could get across what we're to do today. The substitute will also remind you this when they write it on the board or tell you a few things. Point 1, you need to do your independent variable today. A couple of the groups are looking towards insects, and with those insects, Alex knows where they're at and they're labeled. The 20 P's that were on experiment number 1 were just a 20 P's. You don't have to use 20 mealworms. My advice would be to using around 10 to 5, but make sure then you have the same volume of whatever you're comparing them to. So if you're comparing them to a non-germinating plant, if you're going to do like pupa versus a non-germinating plant, have the same volume of pupa and the same volume of seeds. Be careful with the mealworms. Though they look like an insect and they want the bottom of your shoe, they are still alive. Respect them. Your guys' supplies are in the food science room, which is right over there, and in that room you can take your carts out of and put them into the shop to do your experiment. The lab quest items are also there. Their batteries should be charged and you won't have to actually charge them, so you'll be able to not have to be around a plug-in. You just got to be spaced out. The next item would be Darius, Zoe, and Justice. You didn't get started yesterday, but I did put some supplies in there. This stuff is due on Friday. If you don't think you're going to get done with your independent variable because you chose something that's a little more difficult, you'll need to come in either after school or 9th period. I would tell you that looking at graphs from before, I don't think you guys understand the corrected values, and you're going to need to ask me for some help. I will be here after school today, and then of course I'll be here again at 4 o'clock when the teacher whatever meetings are done. Recapping that, Alex knows where the mealworms are at. Your supplies are in the food science room. This experiment is due on Friday. The next thing would be, there is no cotton balls. You're just taking a Kleenex and tearing them up and putting it in the bottom to hold the potassium hydroxide. The potassium hydroxide needs to have goggles on when you're pouring that in. I don't want you to get potassium hydroxide in your eyeballs. Glass breaks. We broke enough glass. I think you understand that you need to be careful with the glass. And again, please make sure that you think through what a corrected value is. That corrected value formula is on lab number 1 to help you. Midterm is on Friday. This experiment's due tomorrow. You'll get some time tomorrow, and we're also going to do a little bit of review depending on how the experiment goes. So you'll get some time to finish up the experiment tomorrow and also some time to review. What questions does anybody have? Well, I can't really answer those because this is a recording. That was my joke for the day. Bye-bye now. Start your experiment.